This is James Lupton for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to be joined today on Zoom with Alen The Savage Babic. How are you, Alen?
Thank you, everybody. Very good, very good. Happy to speak to you and just in training camp, just resting now. So,
You're out there in Portugal with Dillian Whyte. How's camp going?
yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard and rough camp. You know, I did 40 rounds of sparring already, so that speaks for itself. It's very hard sparring, very very tough. And the training is just we train 2 times every day, 11 times a week. So, yeah.
And what's it like being in camp with Dillian and the rest of the team there?
Well, this is my second camp with Dillian. It's amazing. I get so much media coverage. I get so much of everything involving boxing that I'm with Dillian. You know, that made me. The last year I was in first camp and I became a pro, and now I'm already talking to Eddie Hearn and stuff. So it's great.
How much of a help? I believe Dillian. Am I right in saying he's your manager?
Yeah.
What is Dillian like as a manager? We know what he's like in the ring. What's he like as a manager? How has he helped you?
Well, he's you know, he has his own career to worry about, you know, so his career is on the first course. But he's very good. Whenever I call him, whenever I need some advice, information, he gives me everything. So he never said no to anybody. I tell him, let's go on the phone, chat with my, I don't know, cousin or something. He does it, you know, he's like that. Very, very, very available.
Does it help that obviously Dillian being a heavyweight, you can both spar each other at any time?
Of course, how can it not help sparring with Dillian Whyte? It's an honor to me every day, and I'm his, I can say, first sparring partner, main sparring. I do 8 rounds at the most times, so 8 rounds with Dillian. It's amazing. It's amazing experience. I want to do 12. I asked him to do 12 one time. It's going to be special for me. I love to spar.
And how much do you learn from these spars? How much experience does Dillian bring into those for you?
Well, I learned everything from the spars, you know, because Dillian is at the top of the game. So there's really nobody else who I would like to spar more. I love sparring with Dillian, and I learned so much, you know, about the mentality, about everything. He's a technical fighter. He thinks, you know, we are both improving. I had like 100 fights. He had only 30, but it's on different levels. So I can teach him some stuff. He can teach me some stuff. It's perfect match.
You mentioned obviously Dillian's at the top of the game. He's the interim WBC world champion. Has he given you any advice on how to become a world champion yourself and your route, your goals, and your targets?
Well, listen. For now, I'm on the route, you know. So I just let him know. I let Eddie Hearn know. I want to fight everybody, you know, the big names, top guys. So I'm just available for every fight, and he's managing that part. I'm still not that into it, so I can talk about, I don't know, world titles and stuff. I'm just here to fight, you know, and he knows what he's doing. We had Fabio Worley in our team, Richard Yakfor. They're both very successful, so that says a lot about what Dillian is doing. So I trust him. I really trust him.
Absolutely. Fabio Wardley is fighting this weekend. He's got the English title fight, so again, it's a title there. How far away do you feel you are from titles, whether that be domestic or European?
Well, with this next fight, I'm going into top 100. That is our goal. So we need a top guy. We found, I think, Kamil Sokolowski will be my fight. I don't know right now where we stand on that, but I was supposed to fight Tom Little, but he said no, I don't want it. So then we come to Kamil Sokolowski. He's ranked 102nd, I think, 104th, and I'm 218, so it's going to be a big jump for me. So I just want to go into top 100 next fight, and then as the things get on, we get together.
You mentioned Solovsky. You mentioned Tom Little there. I believe Tom Little is looking to try and get down to cruiserweight. I believe that's one of the reasons why he's not looking to face you. There was somebody else I saw on social media who has been calling your name, Jay McFarlane. Jay McFarlane. He said that he was offered the fight. What do you know of that?
Who? Jamie Farley. I don't know really Jamie Farley. Wait. Oh,
Yes.
is the kid who be calling me out on Instagram. He's like a journeyman kid. Well, what do I do with him, bro? I like him, but what am I gonna do with him? I want to fight top 100 guys. He's like 4-3, I think. 3-3. What's his record? That's not a good record. He's obviously not a good boxer, so I don't want to go there, bro. Yeah, there's some friends of his been calling me out. What are you doing? That's why I said it was better in Tyson era, because you have to go face to face and tell me. Now these little kids, I don't know where she's from, just calling me out. Why do you do this? They don't know how boxing works, right? I worked too hard to get here to listen to those weird. I don't know what to call them. you know.
Now you will be appearing on or it's scheduled to appear on the undercard of Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin. First of all,
Yeah. Yeah.
first of all, talk about that fight. Break it down. How do you see that going? Obviously you feel Dillian Whyte will beat Povetkin, but how do you see him winning?
Well, I see him winning on his youth. Dillian is much. He's very. He has, like I said, he's only 30 fights in his life, so he has much more to give. And Povetkin is a great fighter. He's an Olympic fighter, but he's on his way down, and Dillian is on his way up. So I think that will be the deciding factor. The youth, the strength, pure strength of Dillian. I think it's going to be too much for Povetkin. And we are giving it all we had on sparring. He does 12 rounds 3 times a week of hard sparring, very, very hard. So I don't think Povetkin can match that kind of, toughness. But Povetkin is a great fighter, so they both had a left hook. They both have a chance. But I think Dillian has more chance.
Do you think Dillian can stop Povetkin, or do you think it go to points victory?
I think he will stop Povetkin, yeah, because Dillian doesn't go to points. He doesn't fight like that. And if he hurts him, and he definitely will at some point, he will go all in to finish. Dillian. So yeah, there's gonna be hell for Povetkin. And if Povetkin hurts him, he will also go for a finish. So it's a very interesting fight, very very tough fight for both of them. And Dillian knows it. He's not like, oh, I'm the best in the world. He knows how tough fight is and what it's gonna be. But Dillian is ready to go to war, to deep waters.
It's definitely going to be an exciting all-action fight. We hope at least anyway, but on paper it certainly looks it. Let's talk about yourself. Obviously getting on that show, it's going to be a TV slot on Sky Sports here in the UK and DAZN in America. You've mentioned already earlier about the media attention you get because of Dillian. How much will this help your profile and boost you for your career in the long run?
Well, of course, it's gonna be a big fight for me. This year, I supposed to had 5 fights, and they were all canceled. I had Milano, I had Manchester in February, so I supposed to already be there. Like a lot of media coverage and stuff, but nothing of that happened because of Corona, and now this is just. I can't wait for this. I can't wait to get in the ring. I can't wait to go out here to spar with Dillian. This is beautiful to me. Living my life, living my dream. So I think it's gonna be. But that is the product of my work. I'm a 10-year. I work 10 years in boxing, so I've been through everything. I had a long amateur career. I boxed with Dillian, for 2 camps. So I'm already experienced, you can say. And now it's only time for payday. For paying up all the work we've done.
Absolutely, you've earned it. Let's talk about the future. Obviously, every fighter's dream and ambition is to be a world champion. Now, with yourself as a Croatian man, is there a desire for you to potentially fight Filip Hrgovic later down the line?
Of course. I mean, everybody knows about our disputes. We were in the same team, me and Hrgovic. We were at the same gym. I was sparring him every day, and me, and we were kind of good, And then he split off. He didn't split off well, He didn't say, "Okay, I got it." He went off in a bad way. So we are not good today, and of course, this fight I'm looking forward to. But I'm just going my way. I'm going fast. In the 4 fights, I think I want to be in top 100. So I'm just taking my way. He's not my main concern, everybody keeps saying it because it's interesting, two crowds and stuff. But it will happen. I know it will happen, but there's no need to, blow it up.
Just finally on that topic, how big would that fight be for Croatia? We don't really generally hear about boxing coming from Croatia. How big could it be for the country's sport?
Well, I think it will be big. Yeah, my Croatia is all over. My people in Croatia is all over that fight. We are now right about today. We was in newspaper. He said something about Dillian. I said something about him. People love that kind of stories. I'm not usually that kind of guy. I'm humble and all of that. But people love that kind of stories, and I will give them. I will give them whatever they need. I'm gonna challenge him until he gets into the ring because he's like a top 20 fighter in the world. So I respect that. I gotta go through some guys, but in a few fights, I think I'm gonna be able to say, okay, let's go now.
Absolutely. I want to mention just a few other fights on the heavyweight scene. The top of the tree, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. It seems they may face each other next year. How do you see that fight going if they were to meet?
Well, I see Tyson Fury. I love Tyson Fury, because of his mentality. Because I train like him. I don't do all the strength and conditioning that every fighter does today. Even Dillian, we don't agree on that. We are go separate ways in training. I'm all like old school boxer. Just I do everything I need to do in the ring. I don't do much side running like 10 miles and stuff, 20 miles, 50. I don't know how much they run. So I see Tyson winning because he's been boxer his whole life. He's grown up into it. He has that moves that nobody has because he does them for 30 years. And Joshua is made boxer, very good boxer, amazing, best in the world. But I think Tyson Fury's boxing knowledge will prevail in that fight.
Just want to touch on, you said you don't agree with Dillian on the strength and conditioning side of things. As you mentioned, it's something that is very popular and prominent in boxing today. Why do you feel it's something that you don't need?
Well, look, because I have my coach in Croatia. He's Olympic coach. He's the coach of Hrgovic. He made him my coach, and he has 2 Olympians in his club. And we never do that kind of stuff. We never do that strength and conditioning. We do it a little, just for boxing, but not like CrossFit stuff and what everybody's doing, like Versa climber, like I don't know what they're torturing people. So every time someone comes into our gym to spar, they're like super fit, like they can, I don't know, they can bench lots two of me and stuff. And we beat them in the ring every time. Nobody beat me yet. When somebody beats me, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna start doing that. But I don't need it really. I'm a natural fighter. I was always like that. First day I came into the gym, everybody said I had a big punch. I didn't train that. You can't train that. I had a good head. I can move. I have like Tyson Fury. He does do all of that. And I personally, I don't believe it. I believe boxing should be boxing, and CrossFit should be CrossFit. So
Definitely.
I wanna make it really old school way. I just wanna box and spar and shadow box. Shadow box is like main part of my game, and nobody does that today. They just go on things and I don't know dumbbells and stuff. I just do shadow box. It's okay for me. Uh, Next to all of these equipment, I do shadow box. It's okay. Everybody has how it's like.
No, definitely. And then very finally, Alan, I just wanted to talk about Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. They seem to be the big news at the moment. They'll be facing each other in an exhibition. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's beautiful. Look, I thought it was gonna be Tyson versus Holyfield. Man, I would get up in 4 in the morning just to watch that, just to watch them walk in the ring. They don't even have to fight. They're legends, They're icons. They're everything. So I love boxing because of them. I get goosebumps right now. So I really love boxing because then I would watch them, whatever they do. If they just, you know, go around the park and jog, I would watch them. So I think it's a good thing. Better than YouTubers fighting, Let's watch Tyson. Much better. Exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. I think you're happy also for that fight.
Absolutely. Alan, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you joining us and speaking to pro boxing fans.